It's been so long since I've like made a video on YouTube or even TikTok for that matter that I like don't know how to intro. So welcome, I guess. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a while, so I'm glad that I'm finally here doing it. I'm going to be starting a brand new little series here on YouTube, which I know is unheard of. I haven't done anything like that on my YouTube channel ever, but I've been thinking about doing this for a long time, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. So let me kind of tell you what this is going to be about. So essentially, I haven't picked a name for it yet, but what I want to do is a sort of video game podcast, which I know is literally just like a let's play normally, but I'm not going to be focusing on the gameplay so much as the talking aspect of what I'm going to be doing here. Because I'm gonna be playing games that I've already finished, played through, I already know what happens in them, so then I can focus more on just kind of chatting and talking to you guys. And there's some things that I really want to talk about, especially right now, but we'll get into that in a bit. For starters, I don't have like a schedule plan with this, like don't expect to see this every day, don't expect to see it every week even. I don't know when I'm going to be doing it or if I'm gonna be consistent with it. Like, I'm not gonna guarantee anything because I have a real life job now. I have a full-time job, and playing video games and like posting stuff on YouTube and TikTok and other social media just isn't as easy anymore. So I guess with all of the introduction stuff out of the way, let's just get right into it. So for those of you who don't know me on TikTok, my account is Service Bear Mabel. Um, Mabel is my service dog. She's laying on the floor behind me right now. So I know a lot of people have been asking, like, where's Mabel? How is Mabel doing? How are you doing? You know, I kind of just left without much of any notice or like any information on why. So I want to talk about it because I've been seeing some people who are like, you left because of this or this, and I'm like, that's not why at all. There's a lot of rumors being thrown around. So not only do I want to clear it up, but I also just want to talk to you guys about what's going on and kind of my future plans and what things are going to look like. Haven't posted on TikTok since July 9th of this year, and the day I'm recording this, it is October 28th. So it has been almost 4 months. It's been a long time. I have never taken that long of a break before from TikTok. I've taken like a couple week break. I've even taken like a month break, but I wasn't even really sure if I was going to be taking a break because I more was planning on just leaving TikTok. So let's get into that. TikTok actually booted me off of the creator rewards program, and many other creators also suffered this issue. Before anything, I want to like say TikTok, when I joined TikTok back in like, I don't know, 2020, so years ago now, I never intended on making it a job. I never intended on making money off of it. I didn't even know that was possible. Um, like that was never my plan on TikTok. I wasn't even planning on posting videos when I joined TikTok. I was just there because my friends were like, hey, you should join TikTok. Like, it's funny. People are making good videos. It's like a new Vine. Like, you should just hop on and watch the good videos with us. And I was like, all right, sure, why not? And then I saw some creators, some people with service dogs who posted stuff about their service dogs. And I was like, I feel like that could be really fun. I never really did anything like that. Like, I've had my YouTube channel for a lot longer than I've had my TikTok, but my YouTube has never been very active, um, or very big. But my TikTok blew up almost overnight. Like, it was within a week, my TikTok blew up. This was back before I even had Mabel. I'm just now realizing that, like, a lot of these are gonna be me ranting about the most random stuff and getting totally off track. I swear, I was tested for ADHD and they said I didn't have it. Anyways, joining TikTok was never about the money for me, and I never intended that. And when I got the opportunity to make money off of TikTok, I was ecstatic. It was such a fun thing to do. Being able to create videos and, you know, make money off of creating those videos was awesome. And I was still working at the time when I first joined the creator. Well, I was invited to the creator rewards program beta back when they were like still working on it. So it was a lot smaller back then, but I was very honored, and of course I did accept it. And at that point I was still working, I think I was working as a dog groomer at the time, but it might have been something else, I don't remember. But I joined the program and I kind of just was doing it like as sort of like a side thing. I didn't make a lot off of it. Like, I'll be totally transparent with you guys. Like, it was, I don't know, a couple $100 a month I was making on average, like, for the beginning. And at that point, you know, I probably had like 200,000 followers, 150,000, 200,000 maybe. So, you know, things weren't crazy at that point. And I was just enjoying doing it for fun and making it sort of like a side hustle. Like, things were great. That point of TikTok was probably one of my favorite points of TikTok. And as time went on, obviously my account grew and like my income grew, of course, because, you know, you get more views, you get paid more. That's how TikTok works. And eventually it became so steady for me that I was able to take it on as my full-time job. And I no longer needed to work the physical job that was super difficult for me, aka dog grooming. And I was given the ability to leave that job and still have stability. And when I left dog grooming, I was basically working TikTok full time, but I was still looking for other jobs just in case, because I know how social media works and I know that it's not reliable. So I spent about a year with TikTok as my main income. I did work at an animal shelter for a little bit, a few months, I think, maybe like 6 months or something. I don't know. Time melts away for me. I don't remember anything. It was great. Like, I really enjoyed being able to do that for a living. I was very, very grateful, very blessed, and I was very happy. And it was nice. But like, not to be like I'm above, you know, online bullying and stuff, but you know, it when you make that kind of content where it's, you know, service dogs and like disability awareness and like that kind of thing, like you get a lot of hate. I won't lie. And for a while I was okay with it. At the very beginning it didn't bug me. Then it started to get under my skin quite a bit. It really, really got to me. It made it very difficult to continue to do the work I was doing, and I kind of became inconsistent. Well, I mean, a lot of you guys probably know that from looking at my content, because I went from posting pretty much every day or almost every day to maybe once a week. Like, very infrequent posting, and it became such a mental load. And I think part of the issue was the type of content I was creating wasn't what I wanted to create anymore. Because back when I started TikTok, I just posted what I wanted to post. Granted, it was mostly like dog stuff. My account was always about my dogs. Like, it was never anything else. But it wasn't always like service dog drama or like, you know, he said this, she said that. Like, it wasn't always focused on the drama side. But that's what people wanted to see, and that's what got all the views, and that's what paid my bills. Like, I'm gonna be totally real with you guys. I posted a lot of that stuff because I had to. I had to pay my bills, and I hated that. I hated that's what my account had become, because that's not what I joined TikTok to do. That's not what I enjoyed doing. It was not me. Going out and recording just to get stuff on video, like, there were days where I'd be like, I don't know what to post because I don't have any content. Like, we haven't gone out shopping in a week. Like, I don't have anything fresh to post. Like, nobody's gonna wanna. It was just so exhausting, and it was mentally draining, and I was so sick of it. To put it simply, I just couldn't do it anymore. So that's when I well, okay, so when I quit this year, it wasn't just me deciding to quit. So I had been on the fence about whether or not I wanted to stay for a really long time, right? And then TikTok came along and decided that they were going to boot me and many other creators off of the Creator Rewards program in, I think, like June or something of this year. So we just weren't going to get paid for an entire month, and I had no idea if they were going to let me back into the program. Like, there was so little information with that whole situation, and I was so pissed. I was so frustrated. I was like, this is my entire life. Like, this is how I pay for my car. This is how I pay for my dog's food. This is how I pay for my house. Like, I was so mad, and it was such an awful thing, but that's part of the thing when you do social media or other things like that for a living. Like, that's part of the risk that you take, you know? So, and the nice thing about that, the one nice thing that I had going for me was that I never got rid of, like, my resume or anything. Like, I always had my stuff up on Indeed. I was always kind of searching for something because I was sick of working shitty retail jobs and, like, stuff that was really hard on my body for a person who's disabled. So I was always on the lookout for, like, I don't want to say a dream job because I like my job, but it's not a dream job. But I was always on the look for something that fit me better. Because even though TikTok was my full-time job, I knew that it was never going to be, like, enough. Like, it was more just a temporary thing. At least, unless I could get big enough for it to be a full thing, and I was like, I don't think I can ever do that, because TikTok just isn't a reliable platform for creators in that way. Like, you could have, like me, actually, you can have 400,000 followers or more, and you can still have videos that get like 4,000 views, and those don't pay you. So it's just, you know, it's, TikTok has never been, and I don't think ever will be, like, a very good place for consistency or stability. So, but I knew that. I recognized that anyways earlier, and, you know. So they decided to boot me off of the program and several others, which kind of just forced me to say, okay, well, I guess that's it then. So that was the point where I left, and I didn't know what was going on. Like I said, at the time, I was like, I don't know why they booted me off the program. They gave, like, some bullshit excuse, like, it said that your account has been detected as a business account, and my account is about my fucking dog, so, you know, make that one make sense. So I was so confused, and I was like, I don't know if they're gonna let me back in. Like, can I reapply after this month? Because they were like, you can appeal after this amount of time, and, like, I appealed, the appeal didn't go through, and, like, I just didn't know what was going on, so I didn't want to rely on that. But luckily for me, I was actually in the process of getting a job when this was all going down. I actually happened to start my new job, I think it was in June this year, like the beginning of June. I had been in my new job for about a month when this whole thing happened, and I was like, okay, that's my sign. Like, I took it as my sign that I was done with TikTok, because I had been on the fence with it for so long, and I was like, I don't know if I want to keep doing this. And then that happened, and I was like, clearly they don't want me, so I left, and I haven't looked back since then. I haven't posted anything since then. I have been on TikTok a couple times, but I had it off of my phone for pretty much the entirety of those, like, 4 months. I would look at it once in a while to, like, read comments on the video that I had posted about me quitting, because I just wanted to see, and they were just so overwhelmingly positive and sweet. Like, seriously, you guys are so amazing. I was overwhelmed with the love, so much love sent back to you guys. I felt good about it for a long time, and I still do. So why are we back here? Why are we here? I've been, over the past few weeks especially, I've been really debating if I want to get back into social media. You know, I've had a really nice break. I've had a fresh reset basically. Like I think a part of me is like wants to leave it behind for good, you know? But at the same time, the other part of me is like, well, I have built this amazing platform with so many people, and like I just kind of want to keep it. Like I enjoy making videos. Well, I did. I used to, and I would really like to find that again, especially here on YouTube because this is the kind of stuff that I would like to post. I I don't want to go out with my service dog and record us at Walmart. I don't record when I go out in public anymore, and that's a really freeing feeling too, to not have to carry my phone around with me. Like, I'm so much more present in these last few months. It's just felt good. But now I'm debating if I want to come back with a different perspective because I miss it. Like, if I'm being honest, I do. I miss it. And not to make it about money, but TikTok did let me back into the creator rewards program, and with how things are in the world right now, I could really use a little bit of the income. Like, I am trying really hard to get my car paid off and my loan paid off because my boyfriend and I really want to buy a house, and it's just this economy sucks. Everybody knows that. So if I come back, it won't be in the same way, and I think it would end up being a complete rebrand of everything that my account ever was or has been. Because my account has always been about dogs. It's always been. It was Stitch at first, before he was a service dog. Then it was Stitch's training as a service dog. Then it was just Stitch as a service dog. Then it was Mabel when we got her, and then it kind of became her account. Like, my account has never not been about dogs. Like, I very rarely posted any videos that were something other than the dogs. Like, I posted clips of like video games here and there with me and my friends, like when Lethal Company came out. Um, but I really didn't go off into anything else. It was solely focused on them, and I think that was part of the reason that it was so exhausting. Like, I had no creative freedom, which is something that's really important to me as somebody who has studied graphic design and video making, like film editing, like I said that backwards, filmmaking and video editing. Like, these are things that are really important to me, is the creative aspect of it, and that's something that I totally lost. I don't want to say I lost the ability to do, because I could have done it at any point, but the reality was that if I did, I wouldn't have made money, and then I wouldn't have been able to pay my bills or feed my dogs. So I was stuck. But now that I have a full-time job and I don't rely on the income of TikTok or any other social media. I never had any other income from other social media. It's only ever been TikTok. But now I could come back and post what I want. I could make what I want. And it doesn't matter if it gets 2 views or 2 million views. I don't care. Like, I'd be doing it for me, not for the people who just want the drama, you know? Like, and if it makes some money in the process, that's a huge bonus for me. And if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. And I think that is kind of what I'm on the fence right now of what I want to do, because part of me really does want to say screw it and just leave TikTok behind, never look back, because it was such a toxic environment. And like, I hate TikTok. I really do. Like, the actual, like, creators of TikTok, like, the people who work at TikTok, they suck. The customer service with TikTok is horrible. Like, when the whole situation happened, I had no support. As a creator, you know, with over 400,000 followers, that makes them a lot of money. Granted, I'm not that big, but I'm big enough, you would think, for them to care a little bit more, you know? Like, they just... TikTok doesn't care about the creators, and that part is what's kind of holding me back from going back to TikTok, because they just treated me and several other creators like garbage during that whole period this summer. Like, they just booted us off of the program, which was our entire livelihood, left us in the freaking dirt, and were like, that sucks for you. When we tried to reach out for support, we didn't get anything besides robot responses, and that was that. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to go back or not. Part of me really does, because I really miss what I was doing. I miss the community. The other part of me is just like, is it worth it though? One thing I definitely want to do is be more active on YouTube. I have always loved YouTube. I watch YouTube every day. I love supporting creators on here. Like, I don't know. I know YouTube has its flaws, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to praise YouTube itself. But if I were to have to choose, I would choose YouTube over TikTok every time. I guess I'll partially let you guys help me decide. You know, give me feedback on this video. What do you think? What would you like to see? Because if I come back to TikTok, I'm not coming back as Service Bear Mabel. I'm gonna be coming back as a rebrand. It's not gonna be the same content. Like, if you expect me to come back and you're gonna see me training my service dog, you're not gonna see that. Well, maybe that's something else I should touch on. I've been on a new medication that has been absolutely wonderful. Like, it has changed my life in so many ways for the better. There's so many things I used to not be able to do that I can do now. I'm going skiing for the first time this winter, once it starts snowing, since, like, 2017. It's been almost 10 years since I went skiing, and I'm going skiing this year, and I'm so excited. It was one of my favorite things I used to do before my disabilities got really bad. I've been going places without Mabel this year. I've been going out with friends. Don't get me wrong, Mabel is still important, very important. I'm not, like, cured or anything, and I can tell that because I have been off of the meds for 2 days, because I was having issues with the pharmacy. And I am at home today, not at work, because I cannot function without the meds. But because of that, I also don't have stuff to post about Mabel. Like, even if I wanted to, which I do not. But even if I wanted to go out and, you know, like, she doesn't come with me to work. I don't really go out much. Like, I take her if we go grocery shopping, or, like, if we're gonna be out for a long time. But, like, for the most part, I'm able to do a lot of things on my own now. So I guess that was just a very long-winded way of saying I don't know if this is me coming back, but I want to, I think, but maybe I don't. I'm not really sure. I'm just trying to figure out what's best for me right now. And I want to say again thank you to everyone who has stuck with me and supported me through everything, and all of you who were so sweet when I said I was leaving. You are the best. Like, really and truly, I'm so grateful for everything that has happened over the past few years. And depending on where we go from here, I guess you guys will have to be the judge of that. Let me know. Let me know what you want. Thank you guys so much for watching this, and I will see you next time.